So when it comes to wanting to detect whether or not a browser is able to use some of the new JavaScript APIs found within HTML5, one of the best ways to do that is to use Modernizer. Now, the Modernizer library is available at modernizer.com, and I'll show you how to use it throughout a number of the different demos found within this course. But to act as the hello world for Modernizer, let me show you how to use it in a very basic page. So once you include Modernizer on your page, using it is as simple as calling Modernizer dot and whatever feature you're looking to detect. Now, Modernizer is a JavaScript library that only does detection. It doesn't try to add in or act as a polyfill for any of the features that may not be available in older browsers. It will simply report back to you whether or not a certain feature is available within the browser in which it's running. So Modernizer.canvas reports back whether or not this browser supports HTML5 canvas. So all of the detection that's done through Modernizer will either return a true or false. They're all Boolean properties. So here, if Modernizer supports Canvas, then it'll add in the message, the Canvas API is supported within the browser. And as you can see over on the right-hand side, the result is that the Canvas API is supported within this browser. Now, if you'd like to have a more comprehensive view of what Modernizer supports, I've created this table which will report back support in each one of the browsers for all of the different items that Modernizer attempts to detect support for. So you'll notice that this is Chrome, the latest version of Chrome in summer 2012. And as I scroll down, it supports nearly everything that Modernizer is looking to detect. A few of the input types are not yet supported, datetime and datetime local. And as I scroll down, you'll see that this is a desktop browser, so Modernizer.touch returns false. But if Modernizer.touch was run within, say, an iPhone, that would return true. Now, let's take a look and see how this page reports information in other browsers as well. So here's our good friend Firefox. And from the looks of things, support is pretty widespread also. As you get into some of the HTML5 specialized input types, you can see that the support isn't quite there yet. But as we proceed into the next module of this course, you'll see how we can deal with some of these deficiencies in browsers that don't support some of those input types. As I scroll down even further, the Web SQL database is unsupported, but that's okay because Web SQL database has been removed from the HTML5 specification anyways in favor of IndexedDB. So you don't really want to use that API whether it's supported or not. And again, touch is returning false. Now let's take a look at Safari. So here's the same page working within Safari. You'll notice that WebGL and the OGG file formats for audio and video are not supported. Flexbox is unsupported, and again, the same types of things that we saw with Firefox for the input types. A few more here at the bottom that Safari doesn't support yet than Firefox also. Here, IndexedDB is not supported within Firefox, but hopefully that's a feature that will be coming soon. Now, two more browsers to look at. How do you think things will look within Internet Explorer? So here, this is IE 10 running on Windows 7. Now, you'll see that the WebGL and the OGG file format and WAV file format aren't supported within audio. Border image isn't supported, nor is CSS reflections, the legacy Flexbox, and some of the same input types as we saw with Firefox and Safari. But for the most part, we're getting a lot of green check marks. So SMIL isn't supported, and again, Web SQL isn't supported here, and it never will be since it's been removed from the spec. And Modernizer.touch, again, on Internet Explorer will return false. So we have one more to look at. Let's take a look at Opera. Now here's Opera. We've got a couple different file formats that aren't supported. And again, that's okay because we know that there's fallback formats that are available within the browser. So there's a few CSS3 items that aren't supported here, CSS reflections and 3D transforms. Flexbox Legacy isn't supported, but traditionally, Opera was one of the front runners in being able to support some of the new HTML input types. So right now, the only one that's not supported is datetime local. And as we scroll down, IndexedDB isn't supported yet within Opera, but of course, hopefully that will come soon as well.